because I want to protect others, and there's still risk no matter what. So
the science says it's virtually impossible to get the coronavirus if you're vaccinated or spread it while you're outside.
Sure.
Does that change your thought at all?
I know that, but it also sets an example, a visual example.
That's how I feel sometimes. I just want to put it on.
Because you almost feel like almost a compulsion to do it because we've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the right thing to say. It's like a pacifier.
Very interesting.
The kid has his pacifier.
Sure.
You want to take it away, and he's surprised. Don't take it away.
I like virtue signaling.
Yeah.
Because what's it supposed to do?
It's also a little bit of a protest in a way.
The protest being
well, I shouldn't be given the privilege to not wear a mask.
Not only have I been double vaccinated,
I shouldn't be given the privilege not to wear a mask. That's an interesting take on that. That was Ami Horowitz in New York doing his normal man on the street kind of thing, and just basically asking, Ami's good for basically asking the question that challenges the group thought. So he'll just, he hits the street, and he will take the question that no one wants to answer, the current questions that nobody wants to answer, and he will ask those particular questions. He's been a blessing through all of it, through all of this, because he reveals he reveals through the eyes of the normal everyday person the mistakes that this country has made as far as when it came to this pandemic. He does a lot more. Believe me, he's not just, he doesn't cover just the pandemic, but he is. But during the pandemic, it's been incredibly interesting. Some of his takes on racism, or some of the videos that he's done on racism, I should say, have those are incredibly revealing too. So Ami Horowitz, if you find him, look for him on YouTube, and he can enlighten you on quite a few things by simply getting to you through the common man. These are things that you've been thinking, but when you see them said, it's almost, you see them said on video, it's almost like looking in the mirror. And in many cases, some people even challenge themselves. Am I taking the right steps? Am I doing the right thing? Am I reacting the right way? In this case, where are you on COVID-19 right now? I know many of you have gotten your vaccinations. That's great. From the vaccinations, where they are making you immune to the coronavirus, this COVID-19, this current virus that we're supposedly dealing with. Yet now, it is coming out more and more, and this is these are things that we got challenged on, as far as being conservative or libertarian or what have you, or dare I say, open to more than just what the media was feeding us and the politicians. Where are you on coronavirus now? COVID-19. You got your vaccination. You are in some pretty good shape. If you caught COVID-19, you are arguably in the same shape that you are if you got the vaccination. If you caught it and you got the vaccination, well, then you're probably, I don't know, double protected, I'm assuming. But the mask, are you still in the stores with the mask? Are you not thinking about the mask? Are you done? Are you just I'm done. I'm done with the mask. There's a lot of people out there right now that they either did not have it, or they don't know they had it, or they didn't get the vaccination and they just took the mask off. And right now, companies that are trying to challenge people by saying, well, you can't come here without proof of vaccination, they're having their own issues. Like the cruise line. Is it the Princess Cruise Line? You guys fill me in. In Florida, Ron DeSantis had signed into law. No, there's no passports, no vaccination passports. There's not going to be any vaccination proof thing going on. Texas is doing the same thing. I think Ohio would be wise to do the same thing. But even with that, what I notice in Ohio is that things are flying right back to before the mask. This weekend, I took a long ride with my son, and we visited a couple of parks, drove past many restaurants, and what have you. And vaccinated or not, and depending on where you went, a lot of these people are not concerned about getting the vaccine. That's neither here nor there. You want to argue that's on you. That's completely on to you. But we saw very, very few masks. Now, it is the science, like Ami said, the science is, it is virtually impossible to catch the coronavirus outside, the COVID-19 outside. It's our CDC has said that, WHO, even the WHO has said that. So the scientists are going back and forth. There's universities that are doing study. There are zero known cases of COVID-19 being contracted from being outside, while being outside. So are you still wearing your mask outside? If you got vaccinated, are you still wearing your mask? If you caught it, are you still wearing the mask? If you had already experienced it, are you still wearing the mask? Because indeed, you will see people still wearing the mask. But where I went, the world is if you're wearing the mask, the world is shooting right past you. They're not worried about social distancing. They're not worried about the face diaper thing anymore. The stores I go to, I see some elderly. Still wearing the mask. They're afraid. They've spent an entire more than a year being told that they are the target for this thing. But on the other hand, children, I see more and more children not wearing it, but I do see some children still wearing it. I know in some of the cases, was the barber, the gentleman they were trying to arrest in Michigan. This is months ago. the barber, he told a story of a 13-year-old boy. He told him, "Son, you don't have to wear your mask in here." He was being challenged, and the barber was being challenged in Michigan because he was opening shop. There was no reason to keep him closed. But it's Gretchen Whitmore. That's another argument. So he was opening shop, and people were coming in there, and they were patronizing him. And he told a 13-year-old boy, "You can take you don't have to wear your mask if you don't want to." And the boy was nervous to take his mask off. So what did we do to that? So what do we do to the kids at that point? You know, there's cases of strep throat amongst kids because of the mask. I see now more than ever, I see more filthy masks. In other words, people are, taking them off, putting them on, taking them off, putting them on, or using the same one just like far too much. So I see more filthy masks when I do see a mask. It's kind of a strange phenomenon. But where are you right now with this? It's heartbreaking to see those people in New York. In New York, he was known for being just, tough, blue collar, the Queens area, Bronx, Brooklyn. They could hold they were known for holding their own. Tough city folk. And like the one in that video, one of the young ladies says, "Well, my friends are wearing it, so it only feels right." And you just heard that guy just say, "I shouldn't be given the privilege to take off." It's not a privilege. I don't know what it is. It's just, isn't it just natural not to have something over your face? And then study after study, now the studies are coming out that the mask really didn't do anything. Fauci said that from the beginning. If you check the emails, the emails, if you haven't seen Fauci's emails right now, there's so much to go over. I didn't want to touch on that right now. But there is no evidence. He didn't have any evidence that the masks were doing anything, but he did change his mind when things started to go a little awry for him way back in March of 2020. So then the mask became a great distraction. There were people killed for mask arguments, assaults, people mad at me, people mad at you, people just mad at each other because there was a mask debate. And all of that is now coming out, surfacing to the top as being just false information and misguided, just manipulation. So where are you now? Are you paying attention? Were you one that said, follow the science? Got my head bitten off by a friend because he completely was just everything science. He truly believes that if science says it, it's right. When in fact, science is the study of everything. So as things evolve, more things are discovered. So if indeed you followed the science is telling you now that the mask did nothing, that the vaccine is doing far more for you than the mask would ever do, or the social distancing, that if you caught the virus, if you caught COVID-19, you are just as safe as you were if you had the vaccine. The vaccine indeed does not mean that you cannot contract it, but you won't suffer any of the consequences of contracting it. Where are you on the mask? Where are you in COVID-19? Now that it's coming out that it is man-made. Whether it was released on purpose or not, I'm going to still doubt that. Was it a bad mistake? I absolutely believe that. So where are you now? Look, I'll touch more on this later because I haven't studied the entire thing. But at this point, it has come out that China filed a patent. There was a scientist in China that filed a patent for the vaccine for the coronavirus, for COVID-19, back in February of 2020. This is even before it was considered a pandemic. This is not the Chinese people's fault. This is just pure evil from the government of China. A vaccine in February of 2020 was filed. A patent was filed for that, and the man mysteriously died. The scientist mysteriously died after the patent was filed. Did you notice how China was having a nightlife? How back in 2019 we were noticing all the videos that were being sent, for whatever YouTube or what have you, news sources, that some virus was happening in China, blah blah, and then literally in February 20, it all went away in the beginning of 2020 for China. It all went away. Now that these things are coming out, are you paying attention? Have you even heard them? Have you even heard these things? That masks don't work. The vaccine back in February 2020. Did you see the study of the azithromycin and the hydroxychloroquine? The study that actually said it did save lives. How many more lives could have been saved? Where are you now? Are you still wearing the mask? Are you still social distancing? Are you still staying away from your loved ones? Or are you ready to move on? Thanks for joining me. A to Jet Noise on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. Parler's back up. Gotta get that going again. Parler is back up. Strayed away from MeWe for a while. But we'll see if we can get something started back up on MeWe. And I think I may have to tear the MeWe page, my original MeWe page down and restart another one. It was a little ticky-tack when I joined up the first time. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you again tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 days in a row. Can you believe that? I think I found a pattern. I found a pattern where I can get these in and still be a dad and a chauffeur and a muscle and a husband and blah 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 blah. Do that kind of stuff. So again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe we will touch on AOC. And it's a fascinating little dunce she is, isn't she? Thanks for joining me again. See you guys tomorrow. Ada Jet Noise, ADA Jet Noise. Until then, big hug, be good, be still, enjoy your life.